Look at this ratio. The gold to silver ratio just hit levels we haven't seen since the actual Great Depression. And I'm not talking about your personal Great Depression after checking your portfolio on a red day. I'm talking about the 1930s, breadlines, and Dust Bowl kind of depression. Because here's the thing, for most of human history, this ratio hovered between 15 to 1 and 30 to 1. Stable, predictable, boring financial math. But right now, we're sitting at nearly 90 to 1. So either silver is the most undervalued asset on planet Earth, or gold has officially left its little brother in the rearview mirror doing donuts in a Walmart parking lot. Either way, something deeply weird is happening, and nobody in the mainstream financial media is talking about it. But don't worry, it gets even stranger, because while gold is getting all the spotlight, all the headlines, all the institutional love, silver is sitting in the corner like the middle child at Thanksgiving dinner that everyone forgot to ask about college. And that's the problem, because silver isn't just some discount version of gold, it's actually two assets in one. It's both a monetary metal and an industrial commodity, which means it should be going absolutely bonkers right now. But it's not, at least not yet. So let's start with the part that should be obvious but somehow isn't. Silver is being used up at a record pace, and I don't mean metaphorically, I mean literally disappearing from the Earth's crust faster than you can say green energy transition. Because every solar panel uses silver, every EV uses silver, every 5G tower, every semiconductor, every high-tech gadget you scroll TikTok on needs silver. In fact, over 50% of silver demand now comes from industrial applications, which is up from just 30% 2 decades ago. So while your uncle at Christmas is still buying gold coins because he thinks the dollar is toast, the actual future of technology is quietly eating through silver supplies like a college kid with their parents' Costco card. And here's where it gets spicy. Silver isn't renewable. Once it's used in a solar panel or an electric vehicle, it's basically gone. Recycling rates are pathetically low, like under 20%, because extracting tiny amounts of silver from complex electronics costs more than just mining new silver. So unlike gold, which mostly just sits in vaults looking pretty and reassuring central banks, silver is actually being consumed, used up, vaporized into the supply chain of modern civilization. It's the difference between someone buying a Rolex and someone buying a sandwich. One you keep forever, the other gone in 10 minutes. But here's the part that should be making alarm bells go off. Global silver mine production has been flat to declining for nearly a decade. We're not finding massive new silver deposits. We're not opening giant new silver mines. And about 70% of silver is actually a byproduct of mining other metals like copper, lead, and zinc. Which means if those industries slow down, silver production slows down, even if silver prices are screaming higher. It's like trying to increase your intake of French fries by eating more salads. The math just doesn't work. So let me get this straight. Demand is exploding. Supply is stagnant. Industrial consumption is at all-time highs. And yet the price? Well, silver is basically doing its best impression of that friend who says they're 5 minutes away but hasn't even left their house yet. It's stuck, suppressed, frustratingly sideways. And that disconnect is creating one of the weirdest setups in the entire commodity market. Now, here's where things get uncomfortable for the people who don't want you thinking too hard, because there's a theory, a pretty well-documented theory, that silver markets have been manipulated for decades by large banks through paper contracts, futures, and derivatives. And before you roll your eyes and think I'm going full tinfoil hat, just know that JP Morgan literally got fined nearly $1 billion for spoofing precious metals markets. Not conspiracy, not theory, actual legal settlements. So yeah, maybe, just maybe, the price you see on your brokerage app isn't exactly reflecting true physical supply and demand. Because here's the thing, the paper market for silver is enormous. We're talking hundreds of times more silver traded on futures exchanges than actually exists in physical form. It's like if 100 people all claimed to own the same car, but only one person actually has the keys. Everything works fine until everyone shows up to drive at the same time. And right now, more investors, more institutions, and more industrial buyers are starting to show up asking, hey, where's my actual silver? And the answer might be, about that. But here's what makes this truly wild. If you overlay the solar installation growth chart, the EV adoption curve, and the data center expansion projections, and then you compare that to available silver supply, you get a gap that looks like someone tried to Photoshop the Grand Canyon out of a landscape photo. The math doesn't math. Demand is set to exceed supply by over 200 million ounces per year by 2030, according to some estimates. That's not a squeeze. That's a supply crisis waiting to happen in slow motion. And yet, mainstream financial institutions are still treating silver like the forgotten stepchild of portfolio allocation. Gold gets the respect, Bitcoin gets the hype, real estate gets the HGTV shows, but silver gets shrugged off as too volatile, too small, too weird, even though it might be sitting on one of the most compelling supply-demand imbalances of the entire decade. So here's the part that should be making you nervous or excited, depending on how you're positioned. We're living in a world where central banks are hoarding gold like it's the last lifeboat on the Titanic. Tech companies are consuming silver like it's an infinite resource, and financial markets are pricing both of them like everything is perfectly fine and totally sustainable. Spoiler alert, it's probably not, because markets don't stay irrational forever. At some point, physical reality catches up to paper pricing. At some point, supply and demand actually matter. And when that moment comes, silver isn't going to politely ask for attention. It's going to rip faces off and leave people wondering how they missed the most obvious trade setup of the 2020s. So what's actually happening? Simple. We're watching a slow-motion supply crisis unfold in real time while everyone is distracted by whatever's trending on social media. And the smart money? Well, they're not talking about it. They're quietly positioning. Because that's what you do when you see a tsunami forming on the horizon and everyone else is still building sandcastles on the beach. Leave your take in the comments, because this is one of those topics where reasonable people can completely disagree until suddenly they can't, and that's when things get really interesting.